Hey everybody, I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. Let's get right into it. Today's conversation is going to be about hurricane prep. What we're talking about as an important part of hurricane prep is prepping for the hurricane aftermath. You may not know how much rain or wind you'll get. You may not know if you're going to get a lot of blowdown. You might have a lot of trees come down, like what happened with us here in Southwest Florida after Hurricane Ian back in 2022, and also with Hurricane Irma back in 2017. So you're not sure what your condition is going to be. We have a lot of rigging equipment and towing equipment in our family. We just like to have that stuff. We like to be prepared. What we do is we keep this stuff for everyday uses, but we also use it for hurricane cleanup. Because if you can tow something with your vehicle, then you can tow a log. If you can tow a car or a golf cart or help somebody out that way, then you probably have the tools and the means to help pull branches out of trees, to help clean stuff off of the yard, to help clean the sidewalks in your community. And you can use your vehicle as opposed to just your muscle and grit and get a whole lot more done and have it be a whole lot safer. So what I'm going to do now is just pause the video. We're going to go over to the van that we have. I'm going to show you a couple things that we keep in our vehicle on a normal basis and how they can be used for hurricane cleanup. All right, for purposes of this video, you're not going to see my face, but you're going to see my legs, and we'll just do the best we can with what we have. I'm going to grab a nailing pad and away we go. Here we are. We've got the back of our van. We've got a class 3 trailer hitch on here. We can pull 2,000 pounds with this little Ford Transit Connect van. We keep a rubber stopper. It's a rubber plug from E-Trailer, like 10 bucks, probably 15 bucks now. And we actually just keep that pushed in. That way we keep from banging our elbows or banging our knees when we're working around the van. And it also keeps the receiver clean. The other thing we'll keep, because we have other things that we keep in the vehicle, so I'm going to make sure this is clean. What we keep in the van, we also keep one of these trailer hitch extensions. We put it in here, and that just keeps us a little farther away from the vehicle so we don't have to worry about banging the bumper and messing up the vehicle if we're doing stuff. You may have seen that where we have a longer extension, we actually use it to pull trees and brush, and it works wonderfully well. But for now, we keep a little extension with us. You can hook the stuff in using a standard little hooking bar and a clip, and you can put your stuff on. We like to use the locking pins instead. We find with these trailer pins, they come with custom keys, and they can be locked and unlocked, and they secure your vehicle. And when you have nice stuff hooked on, as I'll show you shortly, that people can't take your stuff as easily as they can if you have something like this. Somebody could just bend down, unhook, walk off with your $200 trailer hitch assembly. So we use those. So on our extension, the standard thing that we'll do is use a 2-inch ball, and you can see it's scratched up and worn in from some use. We would go ahead and put our bars through here. It's a standard trailer hitch. Now, sometimes you may need to pull something. If you wanted to pull brush or pull logs or pull a car, people will just take a strap. This is just a 6-foot towing strap, or a 6-foot lifting strap rather. And some people might want to tow with it, and they would just simply do this. Well, that's all great, but it is possible that the strap could come off the vehicle and you could have a problem. Another way to do this is you could put it down here and try to bring it around such that you don't have a problem. You could do something like this and go around the bolt. That'll work too, but again, things will work off. A better way is to buy yourself a little tow hitch, a little tow bar, and you can put that on your vehicle. And then what you can do is you can undo this shackle, or you can have another shackle ready to go. And this comes with adjustable washers that we won't keep with us because they're just a pain. And you see what you can do here? You can hook this right to the vehicle and screw your shackle on. And now this is not coming off. So this is great for towing vehicles or pulling branches or doing whatever. You would probably have a 12 or a 20-foot strap. So that's something that you can do. So that's something else we have in our vehicle. The other thing that we have, which isn't necessarily for prep cleanup, but can be, is we have one of these steps from Max Hall. And you can take this step and you can put it here, or you can put it in your extension, and you can actually hop on, and you can actually go up on your vehicle. This one doesn't exactly fit in the extension here, so we'll use it this way. It's got adjustable. There's 4 different holes, and we just put it in and we use it, and we just step right up on top, and we can get right up on top of the vehicle easily and just work with stuff. And you may find you need to do that, and you can just take it on, take it off, and just throw it in the back of the truck. and it's got reflectors on it. It's real nice. Now for bigger vehicles, sometimes people will have what's called a pintle hook. And this is a pintle hook. This is very heavy. This is great for a workout, good for exercise, and it would go on like this. So if you had a bigger vehicle, you could give yourself a little more extension, throw that in and lock it on. And the way it works is you would use a pintle ring and be able to lift this up, and the pintle ring would go right around the ball, and the way it go. This is a 2-inch ball. You could use this as a regular towing device. You can just put a regular U-Haul trailer or your own trailer on here and just leave the pintle up. Okay. Now, some people will take this sort of thing, and what they'll do is they'll go ahead and pull trees with it. They'll pull branches, they'll tow cars, they'll do this, and this works really well. However, one thing you've got to be careful of is as these things age, and this is a very good quality pintle hook assembly. Some people use them a lot and they get worn out, and what will happen is the space between the top of the ball and the pintle will wear out. This thing will shake a little bit. It'll open up a little bit, and it is possible if you're pulling with something that it could go right between the pintle and the strap. So we don't recommend using this in this configuration. Get yourself a ring, or just take the pintle off and use this assembly like I talked about earlier. So that's the safety part about using your vehicle. So what we do is we keep we keep this stuff in the van. The pintle that I mentioned here, it's too big and too heavy, and our van is too low to use it effectively. We use it once in a while, so we generally just keep it in the garage or up in the attic. But these are the things we keep on hand, so we're always ready to tow. And when it comes to hurricane cleanup, we're skilled at this stuff. We know how we can use this. So it's just something for you to think about. I'm going to pause the video and we'll look at some more stuff. Okay. In addition to the stuff we talked about for a trailer hitch and the different things we do, we have various things that we'll keep. You'll notice over here I laid out a bunch of stuff here. This here is a 3-inch wide towing strap. We've got some 5/8 shackles with it, and we also have some 3/4 inch shackles with it. And we use this in case we need to tow a vehicle or tow a golf cart. I keep that in the van as well. We also keep another strap like this in Mary's vehicle with 4 shackles, because you just never know when you may need to help somebody. The bucket in the background, we keep extra grab hooks and slip hooks if we're going to do storm cleanup. For those of you that may have seen our other video, and we'll link it in the description, this is our 20-foot logging chain. This is a grade 70 chain, 20 feet long, and we've got special logging choker hooks on the ends, and we use that for log cleanup. In addition to that, we've got our little homemade trailer extender, and this is used for storm cleanup, and we can hook this chain right into this assembly. And again, you'll have to see that at another time. When we're doing work, we have a Harrington chain fall hoist. We'll get into that in another video. But we always keep an assortment of lifting straps, and we always have an assortment of shackles. We also keep 2 electric hoists. We have 2 Warren winches on hand. You can use it as a winch for pulling and a hoist for lifting. These things are wonderful. Now, the nice thing about this is we can hook this to our 2,000 watt Jackery power supply, and we can bring it out to the yard and hook it to a tree and use it to tow branches out back. It's got 15 foot of throw, but you can hook the chain to it. You can hook some other straps to it, or perhaps that 12-foot strap back there, and you can make a long string and just slowly pull stuff out of the woods or clean up what you need to, and you don't need a big vehicle or big truck to do it. So there are other ways you can do things. You'll notice here that, again, we keep in a hoist bag here, and we keep our 12-foot strap, a bunch of 6-footers. We also keep shackles and various quick links and small lengths of chain with us. And here's just a few of our straps that we use. So the whole idea is this: by having the equipment on hand, being familiar with it, and knowing how to use it, if you have to work with a storm cleanup scenario, this kind of thing really helps you, because you will already have the equipment on hand, you'll already be used to using it, and let's face it, I can move a lot of stuff, and so can my wife, but we can't move things like this van can, and we certainly can't move things like our vehicle, our Kona next door. As long as we have a trailer hitch and we've got the knowledge of how to use these tools, we'll be able to get the job done, get it done safely, and do a whole lot more than most people, because we know how to use our vehicle for storm cleanup. So that's it. This is just an interesting video showcasing the various tools that you can have on hand to help with storm prep or storm cleanup. And remember, hurricane prep is always about the beginning of the storm, but it's always about the aftermath of the storm as well, because you need to prepare to clean up and get your yard ready and everything before the storm. You need to have your supplies and your water, your evacuation plan, bug in and bug out plans and all that with regard to a storm as you're going through it. And in the aftermath, you may need to clean up, you may need to help your neighbors. This is just another video that showcases some gear you can keep. It doesn't take up a lot of room, but it allows you to leverage your vehicles and really help with the cleanup at your home and in your community to be really safe, really productive, and make a hurricane or any storm for that matter not as big as a deal as it could be. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.